What's good, y'all? It's your boy John. I'm back here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Today is Monday, April 4th, and I'm here for another Wonder Woman update, so let's get on into it. So what you're going to be seeing here is the crew is actually wenching up this piece of track. They're going to get it just right in order to be able to lift it and hoist it up into place where the supports are for this particular piece of track. Now, once they get these straps right and everything is balanced correctly, they'll be able to lift it, as you can see here, and they're going to do it really slowly, and they'll have ropes on each side of the track to help guide it. And once they get it pretty stable, they'll go ahead and move it over to its final resting place, which is going to be the second part here of this turnaround, which is the third turnaround, and the final one before going back to the station. As you can see here now, they've got the piece of track angled the correct way, in the right orientation. Now they're just going to go ahead and meet up with a guy on the lift on the side, and in order to go ahead and guide it securely into place. Once it's in place, they'll go ahead and take a couple A490 bolts, which are basically the biggest and most durable bolts in the industry. They'll go ahead and place a couple of those bolts through the saddles and through the track and connect them that way. Here you're going to see that they've got the track in its final place. Now what they're going to do is go ahead and insert those bolts that I was just talking about, and they'll only put in maybe one or two in each one of the supports at first, or through each one of the saddles. That way they can adjust the track very precisely, and then once it's adjusted exactly to the spec, they'll be able to put the rest of the A490 bolts inside of there. So as you can see here, they are getting the final touches done with this second pack piece that they put on Wonder Woman right here. Like I was talking about in the last update, this is the start of the turnaround, and basically the new piece is second part of the turnaround right here. You can see it's about halfway done now through the turnaround. They got another piece of track that's probably about the same size, and then one more that's going to go over there, and then they will be complete with the third turnaround. My apologies if the noise is loud over here right now. I got a lot of music going as well as Riddlers in the background, but you should be able to hear me fine, hopefully. But as you can see, I wanted to just point out in this shot, the main thing is that they're putting those plates that I was showing you guys last week, and once they get those plates on the bottom and the top, they're able to securely fasten the pieces of track together and also kind of wench them into the place that they are, basically one bolt at a time. Now those bolts right there that they're using are some of the strongest in the game. They're A490 bolts. They're able to withstand tons and tons of pressure, and when they're torquing them right now, they have to torque them to a certain amount of pressure, and if they don't hold and they break, they have to replace the bolt with a new one. So here's a quick shot from in front of Justice League of the second piece of track that's being installed as we speak. It's almost complete. They're just adjusting the track to the saddles as right now. The guy's still over in the same place. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and check to see when they complete this piece, and maybe they'll put up another piece after this one. We'll see. So just a pan shot from in front of Riddler's entrance. Just gonna walk along the side here and show the progress as of today. You can see that they got another one of those big cross supports up on the other side. Also, it looks like they got part of the A-frame support over here that extends out for the dive loop. Now, this is where the coaster is going to come up right after the first drop, and then it's going to go up into the first part of the dive loop right here on that support. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like the saddle is already on. And yeah, so it'll go up there and it's gonna continue over, sorry, to right about there and come down through there. But yeah, it's great to see this coming along actually really quickly now. Seems like night and day even from the last update on Saturday. So here's a really cool angle from in front of basically where Riddler's exit is. You can really see the shape of this coaster and how it's able to manipulate in these tight quarters like this. Also, it's hard to tell from here, but I'll try and show you guys in another clip how close it actually comes to the supports, the track that is. Want to provide a shot of the next track piece that'll be going in. This is the third piece of that third turnaround that we've already been filming. It's gonna go ahead and line up with this piece right here. Might be hard to tell, but there's the end of it. So it's gonna connect to that piece, it's gonna come around, and it'll most likely go to that support right there. But as you can see, this is definitely that piece, and yeah, hopefully they put it on today. If not, I'm sure they'll be putting it on tomorrow. Just want to provide a quick shot of the area again from here, kind of without the fence in the way. Give you an idea of the shaping of the track again. So it looks like they're going to be taking off the third piece of track off the flatbed right now. I'm not sure if they're going to be putting it up, but you can see that they're getting the harness ready to lift it. I'll get another shot. Here you can see they're starting to hoist a piece of track. It's still strapped down to the flatbed for safety, just in case it does move or something gets agitated and it decides to topple over. They're going to keep it supported until they fully got it harnessed to the crane, and once it's secure, they're going to go ahead and hoist it up and probably over these supports over to, I'm guessing, the right side. Not sure, we'll see where it goes. So here we go, guys. They're about to lift a piece of track right now off the flatbed. You can see it slowly rising off right now. This is actually a pretty intense process, to be honest, because this is a huge piece of steel, guys. It's super heavy, and as soon as it gets lifted off the ground, it can really go any way. So they got to control it, as you can see, with the rope right here on one end. They're going to get a rope on the other end, and once they lift it off of the truck, and they'll be able to go guide it from both sides and make sure it doesn't hit anything. I'm going to keep the camera rolling for a bit, not going to say much, just let you guys see the process. So as you can see, they got it over that one support that was the closest to it, actually. That was basically their main concern. Now that they got it out of the way of that, they're going to go ahead and lift it as high as they can and bring it all the way over, most likely the top of the supports. We'll see now, and drop it off in its storing place. I'm going to cut the video here and pick up from another angle. Picking up over here by in front of Riddler's entrance. They're starting to lower the piece. Maybe they're just going to go ahead and leave it right here. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just getting it off of the truck bed, and you know, they're maybe going to just move it tomorrow or later today if they decide to install that piece. So it looks like they're just going to leave it right here actually, and they'll most likely install it. All right, I'm sorry, they're just going to take it from here when they're going to go install it over for the third piece of that turnaround. Not sure if they're going to do that today. I actually got to take off pretty soon, so I'm not sure if I will be able to cover this even if they do it today. It is already about 3 o'clock, 3:30. So it looks like this is going to be the final place that they put this piece of track to store it. I'm not sure if they're going to put it up today or not, but it is easier for them to get it and lift it off of the ground from here and put it in to the space that it needs to go. Now this is the third piece of that turnaround, the one that I was showing earlier. Again, it's about 3:30 right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be staying here at the park too much longer, and I don't think the workers are going to either, so they'll most likely just leave this piece of track and put it up tomorrow. I will be back at the park tomorrow as well to obviously cover whatever goes on. Maybe they'll put this piece in, I'm not sure. Maybe they'll go ahead and do it now, we'll see. But I'll make sure to cover anything significant, obviously, if it happens. So what they went ahead and did is flipped it to the other side. That way it's oriented right in order to go up in the area that it's going to for the third turnaround. Thought they would leave it the other way, but they actually positioned it correctly, so when they lift it either later today or tomorrow to put it up into place, they're already in the right position, and it's just that much easier for them. So it looks like what they're going to be doing next is putting up one more support over here. You can see one of the workers at the foundation right there. That's where it's going to be going. Shouldn't be long before they get this one up. It's not too big. Plus they got a lot of hands on deck right now, so they'll be able to knock this out in a very short amount of time. Here you can see they have it already hoisted up. It's basically almost in its place. Now this one is actually kind of funny in a way in order to get it on, because it's actually angled at about maybe I don't know, 45 degrees or something like that. Can't tell you exactly till it's completely on the foundation, but as you can see here that it's already starting to tilt a little bit to the right. So it's kind of weird getting it on when you're only lifting from one point with the crane. There you go, looks like they got it on, and they're just going to put a few of the bolts on the top and secure it down. They got it in place and everything looks good. Going to provide one final shot of them just tightening up the bolts right here. Once they get that on and locked down, that way it won't be able to tip anymore, and they can securely unfasten the harness at the top. Just want to show you guys really quick how close actually these turns are going to be coming to this one support right here. I know I was talking about it earlier, but you can see how close right there that track actually even comes. Right. Might be hard to tell from camera, but when you're here in person, it's super close. So I wanted to provide a final shot from this area. As you can see, they completely got this piece of track in. When we were last filming it, they didn't have all the bolts in as of yet, and they were still adjusting to the angle. But here you can see that they got all four A490s into the saddle right there, as well as they've got most of the plates, or actually all the bolts in, but it's not completely adjusted yet right there. They'll go ahead and adjust that later on in the process, but the track is completely in and completely secure. So that's going to wrap it up for today's update. I'll be back at the park tomorrow and also throughout the week. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always, showing your love and support in the comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow, and if something significant happens, I'll put another update out tomorrow. If not, maybe I'll do another one Thursday. But yeah, until then, this is John, and this has been your Theme Park ERT.